This is problem 8 from Chapter 16, taken from the textbook Stats Modeling the World, the second edition. Okay, so what we have is a man buys a horse race for $20,000, and he enters into 2 races. And so he's got some winnings based on which race he wins. And the first race, he believes he has a 20% chance of winning, and the second race, 30% chance. Okay, so by now you should realize that a tree is always a good way to go when you model a situation like this. If you can figure it out without a tree, fine. But when people get confused, typically I see that they haven't built a tree. So anyway, let's think this through. Okay, so the first race, you win, and then you lose, or you lose. Okay, so the first race. So the probability of winning the first race is 20%, and so this is 80%. So then for the second race, you can either win or lose, and the probability of winning the second race was 30%. So this would be 70%. They have to add up to 1, the branches. Okay, and so once again, win and 30%, and lose 70%. Okay, so this is going to be, so the probability of win is going to be 0.2 times 0.3. Let's see where my brain's at. 0.3. So that's going to be 0.06. And then the probability of win-lose is going to be 0.2 times 0.7. So that's going to be 0.14. And then the probability of lose-win is going to be 0.8 times 0.3, which is 0.24. And then finally, the probability of lose is going to be 0.8 times 0.7, so that's going to be 0.56. Okay, so now let's think about this. Let's go back and look at the winnings. So if the horse wins both races, okay, its value will jump to $100,000. Okay. If it wins one race, it will be worth $50,000. Okay. 50,000 and 50,000, and then if it loses both, it'll only be worth 10,000. Okay, so there's a tree. Now, what are they asking us? Assuming the 2 races are independent, find the man's expected profit. Okay, so you got to get capitalism involved here, I guess. So we just can't talk about perceived value. We got to think about profit. So it cost $20,000 to purchase the horse. So the profit is 80,000. And here the profit is 30,000. And same here. 30,000, but different probabilities. Okay, and in here, this is not too good. This is negative 10,000, so a negative profit. Okay, so now, so we want to have, so let x be profit, the random variable profit. So we would have x and probability of x, and so we have 80,000 and 30,000 and 30,000 and negative 10,000. So let's see, this probability was 0.56 and 0.24 and 0.14 and 0.06. Okay, just taken right from each one of these branches. Okay, so now we have the probability model. So the expected value, the expected profit is just 80,000 times 0.06 plus 30,000 times 0.14 plus 30,000 times 0.24, and finally negative 10,000 times 0.56. And you can see this has the most weight. So when I punch that up on the computer, I get 10,600 is the expected amount. I'm sure if we did the standard deviation, it would be big, because you know, there's a possibility that you could make $80,000, but there's a higher probability, given that these percentages of winning are so low, there's a higher probability of maybe even getting a loss. So the mean is closer to the loss. Okay, so that's how you do this problem. That's how I do the problem, I guess. The authors did sort of show that you could model this with a Venn diagram if you wanted. You could have said sort of like the probability of winning the first race, and then the second. So you would get 0.14 and 0.06 is winning both, and then 0.24, and then probability of winning neither, 0.56. So I don't know, maybe a Venn diagram would have helped, but I think the tree works better for me. Okay, good luck.